channel, everybody. Before we head out to the tracks in today's episode, I'm gonna tell you something first. I'm not gonna be using my best camera today. Instead, we're gonna be using something that I haven't used for a full video yet. So, let's get right into it. Alright, so I'm looking on Amazon right now, and here it is for $65.99. So about $66. It kind of goes up and down for these cameras. But it says Camera Video Camcorder, Digital Camera Recorder. 1080p 15 FPS, which 1080p 15 FPS is not good. That's going to be choppy. 24 megapixels. 3.0 inch 270 degree rotation, which is okay, I guess. And 16x digital zoom, which, well, that's not great, but let's click on it here. 18% off, so it's usually more expensive apparently. I've seen these at like $52, but this is not the exact camera here, because I think they just used a different one on here for some reason. But so yeah, this is like one of the top sold ones. It's like 3,000, more than 3,000 bought in the past month. And we got 4.1 out of 5, which I think most of these reviews are fake. They just like put this stuff on there to make it seem like it's good, like a good product, and just to buy it. But like, where did I see all those other pictures of it? Of like the actual one? Did I have to click on it? Yep. Images. See, here's the actual one here. Looks exactly like the one I currently have. See, like 1080p, 360p. It does not actually look like this. They probably took this picture with something else, because there's no way it looks like this. 16x digital zoom. Yeah, it kind of zooms in like that, I think, but it'd be much more pixelated than it looks on here. And we got that stuff, that, and all of this. So, record while charging. Again, that's probably taken to something else. There's no way it looks like that unless you like do a bunch of editing and filtration stuff. Then it might look like that. But yeah, this is the camera showing on, like here this is a different camera than, because it's a circle lens on here, and then if we go back to this one, it's a square lens. So yeah, we're gonna be using this camera for my next Railfanning episode. So, yep, $65.99. Probably don't recommend buying this unless it's like your very first camera and you have like a little kid and whatnot and you want to like film. Then yeah, I'd recommend this. But like for high quality video and stuff like that, no, I do not recommend it. Alright, so now we're going to check this camera out. Here it is. Just an HD high definition camcorder. No brand or anything on it. Small little lens in the front. Square. 16x powerful zoom. DVC. Let's open it up. It instantly turns on, which is good. And there you go. Just flick this to the right to zoom it in. Zoom it even further, and then just flick it left to zoom it back out. I don't really like to zoom in and out that much because it's like a little choppy. But the battery keeps going from green to orange for some reason. But yeah, just go to the menu here for like video settings and whatnot. Press this button for like playbacks and stuff. It's pretty much the power button on the bottom there. Then just that. Then you can take a picture on the top here, which I don't think it does take a picture. Then you just press that to record. So when we go out Railfanning, let's see how good a quality this thing gets. And then you just close it and instantly shuts off. And there you go. So let's go get some action with it. Alright, here we are in Exeland now. Cheapest camcorder on my cheapest tripod. So let's see how good this goes. But sadly, I won't be able to use this for the whole video because I forgot the charger for it, and it's probably not going to last the entire day. But let's see what we can get out of it. Alright, so we currently do have a southbound coming as I speak. But before we catch that, I also wanted to show you this too. This is a Canon Vixa HFR300. These were released about 14 years ago in 2012. And today in 2026, these things still look pretty good. Probably better than that, which is a good sign. Which I haven't gotten the chance to use this yet. Oh, it has a little cover on it, but these things aren't great in low light, sadly. But this thing goes as high as 1080p, and it's probably looks better than 4K on a lot of cheap cameras. So, yeah, after that thing dies, I'm going to use this thing. Which, hopefully this thing does well. It does probably last longer too. Well, also kind of depends on what battery you put in here. These are like the batteries that come with it. But this thing did come with a BP-727, but apparently this thing didn't recognize it and just didn't power on. So I had to get these instead. But yeah, let's see what we can find today. Well, instead of beginning the video with an actual train, we begin the video with a northbound high rail truck. The first train in the video would be a northbound mostly empty manifest with 4 locomotives, which is rare because CN normally allows a max of 3. I also have footage of this train with the HD camcorder, which I will show that to you at the end of the video.
Detector, mile 368.7. Northbound, no defects. Temperature 70 F. Total axles 424. Speed 46. Detector out.
Meeting the Northbound Manifest at Bigfoot will be a southbound loaded stack train. This one will go on to meet a northbound stack train at Murray.
detector out.
Just a bit later, here comes a northbound empty stack train heading for British Columbia, Canada.
CN detector, mile 368.7. Northbound, no defects. Temperature 77F. Total axles 432. Speed 36. Detector out.
Well, I only managed to get one video with the HD camcorder until it died. And I forgot the charger, as I said earlier. So now we're going to use the Canon Vixa R300 for this next southbound that is currently just going through Weirgore. So it'll be here in a few minutes. Let's see how this video turns out. The next train we would get, it would be another southbound stack train. This video is filmed with my iPhone 16 Pro, which I will show the Canon angle later on.
detector, mile 368.7. Southbound, no defects. Temperature 81F. Total axles 396. Speed 55. Detector out.
The next train to show up will be another Southbound Manifest, which both has a friendly crew and a locomotive I never expected to see.
CN detector, mile 368.7. Southbound, no defects. Temperature 82F. Total axles 712. Speed 41. Detector out.
The next northbound to show up will be yet another stack train, again on its way to British Columbia, Canada.
CN detector, mile 368.7. Northbound, no defects. Temperature 84F. Total axles 452. Speed 35. Detector out.
Just a little while later, here comes another southbound, with this one being a loaded potash train heading on to meet another northbound at Murray.
Detector, mile 368.7. Southbound, no defects. Temperature 86F. Total axles 498. Speed 42. Detector out.
Just a little bit later, here comes a northbound loaded sand train. This one is going to Alberta, Canada.
detector, mile 368.7. Northbound, no defects. Temperature 84F. Total axles 410. Speed 46. Detector out.
Just a little bit later, here comes another Southbound Manifest, getting ready to meet another northbound at Murray.
detector, mile 368.7. Southbound, no defects. Temperature 82F. Total axles 606. Speed 44. Detector out.
Just a bit later, here comes a Northbound Manifest, which met the counterpart at Murray.
CN detector, mile 368.7. Northbound, no defects. Temperature 82F. Total axles 628. Speed 33. Detector out.
Here comes another Southbound Manifest, as this one will also be meeting another northbound in Murray.
Detector, mile 368.7. Southbound, no defects. Temperature 84F. Total axles 482. Speed 43. Detector out.
The last train in the video ended up being a northbound intermodal auto rack train on its way to Manitoba, Canada.
CN detector, mile 368.7. Northbound, no defects. Temperature 88F. Total axles 354. Speed 37. Detector out.
Alright, now I'm back home, and now we're gonna see how this HD camcorder did here. Full screen this and just play it. Alright. And we can see the cars currently passing. Looking at the footage here, the sound is absolutely terrible, as it normally is with cheap stuff. But the quality, it's not that terrible considering I'm on the dark side of the tracks. I wanted to be on the light side, but this video here was filmed at about around 8 in the morning, so like, and the other side is woods and stuff, so yeah, the other side would not be good. But considering this is the dark side, this video, like, quality is not terrible. The frame rate is actually pretty good. The quality is decent for a $50 camera, but it is definitely not as good as my other stuff, I can definitely say. But I don't know why the shot's a little crooked. I never even noticed that until now, but yeah, the shot's not terrible, but the sound is, like, awful though. Like, I don't know why the sound's always so bad. It's probably because trains are loud and like the speakers, I guess, aren't meant for it. But yeah, the quality's not awful. It's definitely not as good as other stuff. Alright, now I have my Canon Visa R300. Let's see the footage of this.
South on approach to Maria. CN detector.
Alright, so we can see this intermodal train going by. That footage there was kind of awful, like with the stabilizing and stuff. Like, I'm just not used to using this camera because I filmed this train yesterday as I'm filming this right now. This was my first time using this camera for railfanning, but it is definitely much better than the HD camcorder for $50. The sound is much better, the quality is much better, even for a 2012 camera. That is like, this still holds up for a 2012 camera, and it only goes as high as 1080p. Frame rate's really good. Yeah, I just overall think it's better than the other one, like by far. I mean, I might have to use this more and get more used to it and get better at filming with it and whatnot. And then eventually I'll just be really good with filming with that, and I won't need my phone anymore. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I would really appreciate that if it happened. And I will see you in the next video.